Ah, the vastness of space, the twinkling stars, the endless mysteries, and of course the allure of legendary loot. For every RPG adventurer, whether they're trekking through the fantasy world or exploring the depths of space in Starfield, there's nothing quite like the thrill of stumbling upon an elusive legendary item. Picture this, you're just starting out, your spaceship still has that new craft smell, and you're already decked out in the finest gear the universe has to offer. Sounds too good to be true? Well, buckle up, cosmonauts, because we're about to venture into a guide that unveils the secrets of snagging the top-tier equipment early in the game and ensuring your cruise through Starfield like the interstellar pro that you were born to be. The importance of decision-making in Starfield. If you thought space exploration was just about dodging asteroids and battling space pirates, think again. The universe of Starfield operates on a delicate balance of cause and effect. Every choice you make, every dialogue option you select, resonates through the cosmic tapestry, often unlocking opportunities or sealing them shut. For those with the keen eye on that shimmering mantis armor or a weapon that looks like it could zap a hole in a galaxy, your choices, particularly during the early phases of the game, can set you on a course for legendary loot heaven. Remember, fellow Star Travelers, in a game as expansive as Starfield, it's not just about what you're doing, it's about how you're doing it. Choose wisely, for the universe watches and reacts. And somewhere out there lies a treasure trove waiting for the right decisions to uncover it. So the first method for farming legendary loot is actually one you do in the very first mission, so you can make sure that you leave this mission with some legendary loot. So this is called the Brogan Exploit. Ah, space pirates. A timeless trope in sci-fi adventures, and Starfield isn't short of them. Enter Brogan, a spacefaring swashbuckler you'll come across during the game's introductory mission, One Small Step. While you might be tempted to engage in a dramatic space duel, there's a more cunning way to approach this encounter for those in pursuit of legendary loot. Instead of drawing your weapon, draw upon your charm and persuade him not to fight you. Why, you ask? Well, here's where the fun begins. Once Brogan is on your side, even if it's just momentarily, be sure to make a quick save. This move isn't just a safety net, it's your golden ticket to a carousel of legendary drops. With your game saved, unleash chaos by shooting the gas canister near Brogan and his merry band of pirates. Boom, instant wipeout. Now go ahead and rifle through Brogan's belongings. Sometimes he's packing legendary gear. Other times it's merely epic stuff, but if he's not holding that piece that you've been looking for, simply reload your game and try again. It's like a cosmic slot machine, and with enough spins, Brogan will eventually drop the coveted legendary item. So dear adventurer, finesse your way through encounters and remember, sometimes talking can be more rewarding than fighting. And so the Brogan exploit can be used specifically for him during the introductory mission, but for any boss you come across, if you get a time to get them to stop fighting, if you can convince them to stop fighting, do that. Then once you get out of the conversation, quick save, and you can kill them and reload over and over again until you get that legendary item that you want. So it's called the Brogan exploit, but you can use it for any bosses in the game. This next exploit, the second one, is called the difficulty setting exploit. So most people know that turning up the difficulty in Bethesda games makes it more likely that better loot is going to drop, be that epic or rare, or in this case what we're looking for is legendary. And you can adjust your difficulty in the settings section under gameplay, and you can go to difficulty, and you can go from very easy unto very hard. And now in most games I find that I like playing somewhere in the middle, sometimes maybe a step or two below. In Bethesda games I always just crank it up to very hard right away because they're just not very difficult games to start with. But there's an exploit that you can use for this setting, and I'll explain it to you now. Have you ever felt that space was just a tad too easy? Fear not, fellow explorers, because Starfield has a built-in challenge dial, and it turns out cranking up the difficulty might just make the universe a little bit more generous with its treasures. It's like the old space saying goes, no risk, no shiny gold-colored legendary reward. Now let's break down this nifty trick. Before you barged into any new space realm or simply a new area in the game, remember to save your progress with a quick save, just in case things get too heated. Then boldly venture into your game settings and ramp that difficulty up to very hard. Oh yes, we're taking the path less traveled. This little trick not only makes your enemies tougher, but also increases your chances of stumbling upon legendary loot. But here's the kicker. Once you've entered the area and the universe has decided what treasures await you, dial the difficulty back down. Whether you prefer easy or medium, it's entirely up to you. But now you can comb through the area and claim your legendary prize with much less resistance. So to all the brave souls looking for a challenge, remember that the universe loves to reward those who dare to dive into the deep end. Just make sure you're ready to swim back to the shallows when it's time to collect. So if you don't want to play on very hard, if you don't like the game more difficult, you can turn it to very hard, load an area like enter a building or get onto the surface of a planet, and then drop your difficulty back down to zero, to whatever the lowest setting that you want to drop it to is. Your loot chances will still stay very high, but you will once again have the really easy gameplay. So that's why the difficulty setting exploit is something that a lot of people should keep in mind. Part 4, the best locations for farming, so that's another thing to consider. In the expansive universe of Starfield, not all planets, moons, or abandoned mines are created equal. Some locations are like the bustling bazaars of an alien metropolis, teeming with legendary gear, while others might seem like that one garage sale down the road that just has old VHS tapes. But worry not, Interstellar Traveler, we've got the inside scoop on the most lucrative hotspots in the cosmos that make even the Milky Way seem a bit skim. The Debt Collector side quest is your golden ticket to legendary loot heaven. Picture this, an abandoned mine on Eridani 3A, a moon basking in the glow of the Eridani star system. This isn't just your regular garden variety moon. Oh no, it's tucked away in the bottom left corner of your game map, acting all modest, but in reality, it's a treasure trove. Reports from seasoned players, and some slightly space dizzy ones, suggest this mine boasts the highest probability of legendary loot drops in the entire game. The doorway to this celestial gold mine? Landry Hollifield at Galbank in New Atlantis' commercial district. A chat with him kicks off the Debt Collector quest chain, sending you on a series of errands that aren't just about collecting space bucks, but more importantly, opening the gates to legendary loot paradise. So next time you're charting your course through the universe, take a pit stop at Eridani 3A. Your inventory will thank you. And so for reference, this is the Eridani system. So if we zoom all the way out, you can see Alpha Centauri, where New Atlantis is here. Eridani 3A is the bottom left planet that you can, or star system you can go to. So here's Eridani, and Eridani 3A is this tiny little moon off of Eridani 3. So this is the spot which apparently has a cave in it that is just the bee's knees for getting legendary armor. I haven't yet, or legendary items. I haven't tested it yet, but I plan to. Mostly for me, I just go to any outposts on any level 40 plus planets with the difficulty cranked all the way up, and it works really well for me. Part 5, tips and tricks. Starfield isn't just about hopping from one celestial body to another or evading black holes. It's about mastering the nuances, those little secrets hidden in the game's coding like Easter eggs in a cosmic hunt. So while you're buckling up for another adventure, keep these tidbits in your space fedora. They might just make your legendary hunt a tad bit smoother. Firstly, remember the golden rule of any RPG. Save, and save some more. Especially before entering a new potential loot-loaded area. It's like having a time machine, but without the pesky paradoxes. Not happy with the loot? Just step back in time and try again. And speaking of trying again, always be on the lookout for areas with loading screens. These are your bread and butter. They often randomly generate loot inside, so quick save before you head in, and then you might just stumble on a veritable feast of legendary items. Secondly, keep an eagle eye on the color-coded gear. It's not just there to look pretty. Blue for rare, purple for epic, and gold for legendary. It's like the universe's way of telling you how awesome you are. Also, don't be shy to toggle the difficulty settings as often as you change space boots. Crank it up to very hard or ultra hard before diving into a loot area, and then dial it back down to very easy once you're inside. Not only does this give you a better shot at that legendary loot, but it also makes sure that you don't end up as space dust in a surprise skirmish. Now with these tips in hand, gear up and get ready to make the universe your own personal treasure chest. And there you have it, brave interstellar voyagers, your ultimate cheat sheet to becoming a legendary loot magnate in Starfield. It's been quite a cosmic ride, hasn't it? We've dived into decisions that shape our spacefaring destiny, manipulated game settings, exploited a few space-time loopholes, and even got the lowdown on the hottest spots in the galaxy to find the creme de la creme of equipment. Remember, in the vast, unpredictable realm of Starfield, fortune doesn't just favor the bold, it favors the informed and the crafty. So while we all dream of those epic space odysseys, legendary battles, and the stories we'll share in the space taverns, it's the tricks up our sleeves that give us the edge in our journey. Equip yourself wisely, make the most of every opportunity, and you'll be more than just a star in the Starfield, you'll be a legend. So stow this guide safely in your ship's computer, fire up those thrusters, and set course for adventure. The universe awaits, and it's bursting with legendary loot. Happy hunting, and may your cargo hold always be overflowing. Safe travels. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.